Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Cindy.
And we're here with another Feeding Frenzy for the Master Key System. We're on part 3, number 4.
Yes, we are. We have seen that every thought is received by the brain, which is the organ of the conscious. It is here subjected to our power of reasoning. When the objective mind has been satisfied that the thought is true, it is sent to the solar plexus, or the brain of the subjective mind, to be made into our flesh, to be brought forth into the world as reality. That's
so
interesting.
Cool.
It is then no longer susceptible to any argument whatever.
Well, but that makes sense.
The subconscious mind cannot argue, it only acts. It accepts the conclusions of the objective mind as final. So what does that tell you, ma'am?
Well, it just explains how we get it from the thought to the manifestation. And it's literally getting it from the conscious into the subconscious. When I get, once I place my order, once I hit that button, you know, it's gone.
Right.
It's ordered.
Once my conscious mind makes a decision, that's what gets me. It's once that has been subjected to the power of reasoning, and I say, this is what I'm going to do. Then it's truth, and it goes inside the subconscious. Whether it's really truth or not, whatever my decision is, whatever I decide is true, gets put into my subconscious. Literally.
It does.
Put into the flesh. Now, as we're studying the Course in Weight Loss, that really hit me. It gets put into my flesh. It gets put into my body and becomes a reality.
It does.
So it's not as much what I'm really physically putting in my mouth as it is what I'm putting in my head. That's cool.
That is cool.
That's really cool.
Because it's once you decide, yes, that's true for me. Once you've decided it,
it's there.
then it's there.
It's good.
And once and we know, especially from the weight loss thing, that once we put it into the flesh, it takes a while to get it out.
Yeah, it does. And it hurts.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay, it's no longer susceptible to any argument. So to replace that, I got to work at it.
Well, you got to come up with a better argument.
Dig it out with a spoon.
You do. You got to chisel away at it. It's not something, and that's a good thing because all of our habits and things that where our body just does and that kind of thing comes from the subconscious. So it's not something that can be changed easily.
Right.
I can't think, oh, if my heart would just quit, and that happened.
Right. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It takes a while. Now I can keep that thought
And then it will.
and cause dis-ease or disease, in which I've pushed it into my flesh, that thought, and then my body will respond by having, hardened arteries or plaque or, whatever in order to cause that. But thank goodness it takes time. So one random thought doesn't automatically throw my whole body off a kilter.
Right. Yeah.
So it's important that the decision is made. It's not just something that floats across or something I just entertain for a moment. Once I make a decision about, yes, it's true for me or no, it's not. Once the decision is made, that's when it crosses over into the subconscious and becomes a part of the flesh.
This also helps make more sense of that phrase that I use quite often. I got to move it from my head to my heart as well.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, because that's really what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, you're more moving it. I got to move it from my cerebral spinal cortex to my solar plexus. But yeah, I mean, we're really moving it from the conscious to the subconscious.
Yeah.
Wow. And something else.
So maybe you should be saying, I got to move it from my head to my gut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of my head to my heart. But it's got to go through the heart too, because you've got to have the emotion.
Well, the heart's on the way to the gut, right?
You got to have the emotion to go through it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, where we were reading about the new actions will, however, in their turn become habitual, then automatic, then subconscious, in order that the mind again can be freed from this detail and advance to other activities. That is really cool to me.
Yeah.
That our body has the ability to move it like that. Our conscious mind thinks about it and mulls it over for a while, and once it makes that decision, then it moves it to the subconscious, or the, habitual. They become a habit. And then it becomes automatic, which is even another degree of a habit.
Yeah.
I never thought of it
It's
like
more
that.
fully ingrained.
Yeah, like I don't think every time I get out of the shower, I don't think about what to draw 1st.
Mhm.
You know, it's automatic. I
Mhm.
just automatically go to my head and then I move my way down. But
Mhm.
at some point, I had to make that a habit, and then I had to make it automatic.
Mhm.
So I never thought about that habit being automatic.
Mhm.
So once it's not just a habit but automatic, that's even harder to dig up and get out. It's a bad automatic habit.
Yeah, it really is.
And then it moves to the subconscious. So there's even another degree
Mm-hmm.
to where beyond automatic is the subconscious. That's just really cool to me. So that my mind doesn't ever have to think about it until I want to dig it up.
Until you want to dig it up.
Wow.
And look through how many layers you got to get to
right.
in order to dig it back up.
Right, because you gotta, if it's in the subconscious, then I gotta move it from the subconscious to just be automatic, and then I gotta move it from automatic to the habit, and then I gotta kill the habit, or kick the habit. You know, that's a lot of work.
It is.
No wonder this is so hard.
No wonder it takes so blasted long to lose some weight. I mean, good grief.
That's good stuff.
That is really good stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.